Battle of Kuruksetra, an essential subject from Vinipedia. The Battle of Kuruksetra was fought between the Pandavas and the Kauravas in the battlefield of Kuruksetra. It is in this battle between Pandava King Arjuna and Kaurava King Duryodhana. The sermon of Bhagavad Gita was given by Lord Krishna to Arjuna. Bhagavad Gita forms the essence of life. The teachings of Bhagavad Gita contained everything worth knowable. The Battle of Kuruksetra is remembered as a battle between Dharma, righteousness, and Adharma, lawlessness. It was a dramatic battle in which Dharma had to win at any costs. Srila Prabhupada's books, lectures, conversations and letters offer a comprehensive presentation of this essential subject as seen in the Vinikote's Battle of Kuruksetra category. An introduction from his books is given below in the following 8 quotes. Quotes from Srila Prabhupada's books: as the Brahmas and Vipras had a right to be subsidized by the state executive head had the right to collect taxes and fines from the citizens. After the Battle of Kuruksetra, the state treasury was exhausted, and therefore there was no surplus fund except the fund from tax collection and fines. Such funds were sufficient only for the state budget, and having no excess fund, the king was anxious to get more wealth in some other way in order to perform the horse sacrifice. Armad Bh Gavatam 1.12. 32. Maharya Yudhishthira was the emblem of religion. When he was ruling his kingdom with the help of Lord K and Arjuna, the opulence of his kingdom surpassed all imaginations of the opulence of the kingdom of heaven. His actual arms were Lord K and Arjuna, and thus he surpassed everyone's opulence. Duryodhana, being envious of this opulence, planned so many schemes to put Yudhishthira into difficulty, and at last the Battle of Kuruksetra was brought about. After the Battle of Kuruksetra, Maharya Yudhishthira was again able to rule his legitimate kingdom, and he reinstated the principles of honor and respect for religion. Armad Bh Gavatam 3.1. 36. The Lord promised to show Arjuna things he would be very interested in seeing. Now Arjuna sees that the leaders of the opposite party, Bhishma, Droa, Kara and all the sons of Dhyatara, and their soldiers and Arjuna's own soldiers are all being annihilated. This is an indication that after the death of nearly all the persons assembled at Kuruksetra, Arjuna will emerge victorious. It is also mentioned here that Bhishma, who is supposed to be unconquerable, will also be smashed. So also Kara. Not only will the great warriors of the other party like Bhishma be smashed, but some of the great warriors of Arjuna's side also. Bhagavad Gita 11.26-27. Lord K is Arma himself, and wherever Lord Arma is, his eternal servitor Hanuman and his eternal consort St, the goddess of fortune, are present. Therefore, Arjuna had no cause to fear any enemies whatsoever. And above all, the Lord of the senses, Lord K, was personally present to give him direction. Thus, all good counsel was available to Arjuna in the matter of executing the battle. In such auspicious conditions, arranged by the Lord for his eternal devotee, lay the signs of assured victory. Bhagavad Gita 1.20. All the soldiers and persons on the battlefield of Kuruksetra attained their original spiritual form like the Lord after their death, because by the causeless mercy of the Lord they were able to see him face to face on that occasion. The conditioned souls rotating in the evolutionary cycle from the aquatics up to the form of Brahma are all in the form of My, or the form obtained by one's own actions and awarded by material nature. The material forms of the conditioned souls are all foreign dresses, and when the conditioned soul becomes liberated from the clutches of material energy, he attains his original form. Armad Bh Gavatam 1.9. 39. Although K was a great-grandfather when he appeared on the battlefield of Kuruksetra, he did not appear like an old man. K cannot be polluted by any sinful activity. K never dies. K never becomes old. K is never subject to lamentation. K is never hungry, and he is never thirsty. Whatever he desires is perfectly lawful, and whatever he decides cannot be changed by anyone. These are the 8 transcendental qualities of K. K Book, Chapter 87. Although K was invincible to any enemy, the cowherd boys of Vana became almost blackish with astonishment upon seeing his wonderful royal garments and his fighting feats on the battlefield of Kuruksetra. In this statement, although there is a mixture of chivalrous activities and dread in devotional service, there is no perverted reflection of mellows. Nectar of Devotion, Chapter 50. Arjuna confirmed that K is the maintainer and the object of worship for the devotees and the destroyer of the undesirables. His actions are equally good for all. Arjuna understood herein that when the battle of Kuruksetra was being concluded, in outer space there were present many demigods, siddhas, and the intelligentsia of the higher planets, and they were observing the fight because K was present there. When Arjuna saw the universal form of the Lord, the demigods took pleasure in it, but others, who were demons and atheists, could not stand it when the Lord was praised. Bhagavad Gita 11.36